In the next 24 hours, I'm gonna place down 100,000 blocks. Or, at least, I'm gonna try to. I have no idea if this is even possible, but I guess there's only one way to find out, so let's do this. Now, I should probably explain quickly. This is my year-old super flat world, and throughout the past 4 months, I have completely neglected this area. A while ago, I did build these floating islands in the air, and hopefully by the end of the day, they'll still be floating, but this time in water. This might be a bit ambitious, I'm not sure, but I'm going to be starting off with the easiest bit, that being the cliffside. I wanted this area to lead off from where the path ended so I could have a trail leading all the way down to what will eventually be the beach. Firstly, using dirt to build up the general shape of the beach before filling it all in with stone, cobblestone, stone bricks, light grey wool and concrete. I also think I ended up using mud, which was quite weird, mainly because I was trying to get some sort of gradient going from the darker colours to the lighter tones at the top. After that, I got all the finishing touches done, like adding in a bit of sandstone for this small section, covering up any areas I missed, and connected the dirt up with the grass, which didn't really take too long to get done. And at this point, I should probably explain that I've been using a mod called Lightmatica, and obviously, you guys already know all about wait, what? You don't know what Lightmatica is? Well, it's basically a schematic mod that allows players to build by visualizing a 3D hologram of the finished structure. It helps players gather all the required resources and allows them to see where each block should be placed. And without this mod, I would never have been able to finish this. Well, technically, I would have been able to, but it would have taken so much longer. But anyway, I got started with the next section, and because this build is ridiculously big, I'm gonna have to load it up into 5 different sections. Otherwise, well, my computer would just break. Then I lined up the next section so it would fit in perfectly with the rest of the build so far. And now that we're actually moving on to the big build, it's going to take a lot longer to finish off each section. I started off right at the lowest level, for 2 main reasons. One, so that I could have something to stand on when building up the next layers, because it's much easier to build looking up than it is looking down. Second, because it was the flattest layer, meaning it was the easiest to get done. And at this point, I kind of zoned out. Put on a few podcasts and started building. I didn't really have an exact plan on what I was going to build. I was originally thinking on building up everything layer by layer, because I thought that'd be pretty satisfying to watch. But I couldn't really be bothered, so I gave up soon after. I think I just went with the flow and just placed the blocks that I saw were missing. Also, the reason why I'm able to place down all of these blocks super quickly is because of Lightmatica. In this mod, there's a feature called Easy Place Mode, which is an absolute lifesaver and makes building schematics like this 100 times faster. If you're curious, I got these schematics from building them up in a creative copy of the Superflat world, and by using World Edit, I was able to build and paint up the entire ocean floor, which only took about a day or 2. And because I was the one designing the build, I intentionally used a lot of the blocks that I already had in reserve, like dirt and sandstone, blocks that are trivially easy to get in Superflat. Dirt because, well, it's everywhere, and sandstone because we can use a gravity block duper, switch it out for sand, and we are able to generate 3 blocks of sandstone every second. Yes, I do have to craft it, which does take a little bit of time, but if I just AFK'd overnight, I could very easily get all the blocks we need. At some point we would also need a bit of stone, but we have quite a lot of that spare from the last video, meaning all we had to do was to build it. At this point though, I finished off around 60% of the entire build, and I was so drained of energy at this point. I mean, picture it, placing down thousands of blocks like this for 8 hours straight. It was awful, but I had more, so much more left to do. I also started up a little stream where I managed to finish off a whole other section, and it was quite nice catching up with you guys as well while doing this. It was a really good boost of motivation. I then ended the stream at around 9 PM, but I went for a little break to get something to eat. I got McDonald's! Oh, look at that beauty right there. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's very warm as well. Oh my... All done. Very good. Not a fan of the egg though, you know, not really an eggy person. Alright, kind of binge person. You can come with me, why not? I feel so weird doing this. I'll do. Go. Walk up. God, I feel like a loser. Time to go back and play Minecraft. Ooh. I then got back at 1 AM, and it was starting to get pretty late. I knew exactly what I had to do, and I just kept building. At this point, I knew I was getting close to finishing off the build, but there was still so much more left to do, and it was so monotonous. But that was until 4 AM, where I finished off everything for the main ocean. Yes, I did miss a few bits here and there, but generally speaking, it was finally done. Kind of. Not gonna lie, I would have liked to place something here, like a little building or like a structure or something like that down here, because it looks a bit barren, but I'm kind of running out of time. I should have finished it off 3 hours ago. That's how like far behind I am. So instead, I'm just gonna get started and placing it with water. That's right. The next thing I had to do was to fill in the entire thing with water, and looking back, I was really not ready for this. I figured the easiest way to do this would be by starting off right in the lowest layer and slowly building up layer by layer. That way, I could make sure each block turned into a source block, which is exactly what we would need for us to be able to pick up the water with buckets, and for it to replenish. Otherwise, well, it would be like this. Oh my god, that looks so weird. And I continued doing this for another hour, getting around 10 layers done, and that's when I realized something incredible. This is so boring. I was unbelievably bored, just placing down water again and 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 again. It was 5 AM and I had a plan to fix this. I came up with a genius discovery: gravity. My plan was to build a platform that would cover the entire ocean. Boom! Not too bad. Then I spent the next hour or so covering the whole thing with water, which was pretty easy. So easy, I think it was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Then I had the tough bit, breaking every single block. And I'll be honest, this took a little bit longer to do, but by using a H2 beacon, I could insta-mine the blocks. And very soon after, we filled up the entire ocean with water. Easily. Within 24 hours. Oh. 40 hours? 40 hours! Oh, for God's sake!